Once again, it's your boy T.C. at Eyes Puts It Down Kitchen and Fathers Among Us. So I got a comfort food dish for you today. Today we're going to do a simple hamburger as well as some sweet potato french fries. So if you come over here, you can check out some of our ingredients. So I got a bell pepper. This is going to go in my burger mix. Tomato, of course, that's going to be for my burger. We have a sweet potato peeled to perfection. Ground beef. We got some bacon. We have some red onions. We have some pickles. Garlic powder for seasoning. Paprika for seasoning. Black pepper for seasoning. Salt for seasoning. And then I have my romaine lettuce. We're going to get it going. For our bacon, we're going to go ahead and throw that in the oven. I've had the oven preheating. So what we're going to do is we're going to get over here to this pan. We're going to get it oiled up a little bit, and then we're going to get our bacon going. Yeah. So when dealing with burgers, to keep away from the stove, because I'm already going to be on top of the stove making my burgers, and to save me a little bit of time and extra cooking, especially during the fall when you want to relax and chill, get stuff done at a timely manner, I'm just going to throw this bacon in the oven. And I'm going to start by taking a napkin and some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to spread it all around this pan. Make sure my bacon don't stick. Of course, bacon is going to have its own grease, but I just want to make sure it don't stick at all. So when it's time to pop it out and get it up out of this pan, it's going to come right up. So like I said, we're going to get that spread down evenly, and I'm going to go ahead and get this bacon open. Simple scissors, cutting across. Getting that going. And like I say, fall is one of my favorite times. It's so relaxing. It's cool outside, but you still have that sun. It's close to the holidays, so people are just in a decent mood, especially with everything that's going on right now in the world. You know, it feels good just to feel comfortable wherever you're at. So that's at the local market, at home, at work. Everybody's just usually in a good mood because the holidays are coming up. So this bacon, we're just going to get that going. You know, I say about a centimeter in between maybe, depending on how much bacon you're making. Because if you're making a lot, of course you're not going to have that much room. But for what I got going on, I think I'm going to make 2 burgers. A centimeter in between is good. And I'll throw 3 pieces of bacon on each burger. Boom. Get out your way. Next up, we got our bacon in the oven already. We put a timer at about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'll check our bacon, see what it looks like. If it needs more time, I'll give it more time. But in the meantime, like I said, we're going to start mixing this burger up. Let me take a sip of my drink. Alright. So I got my bell peppers. I just cut a couple pieces off of my bell pepper. And I'm going to slice it into thin lines. Not too thin, but still thin. So we got that all chopped up, and then I'm gonna turn it sideways. And I love putting bell peppers in my burgers, whether they're going on the grill or I'm cooking them on the stove, because they just give it a different flavor. And then as it's cooking, if you cook it slow, they'll get nice and tender in the inside, and it's just amazing. You can try it at home. You don't have to try it, you know, but for this recipe that I'm doing here, this is how Eyes puts it down. So get that all nice and chopped up. Got these nice bell peppers, look at those. Got those nice and chopped up. And I'm just gonna scoop them up and get them in there with my hamburger meat. So, bring my hamburger meat up here now. Got some bell peppers going. You can do this green bell peppers, red, whatever. It's your choice. Hit a little bit of paprika in there. A little bit of my garlic powder. A little bit of garlic powder. I love garlic, so I'm gonna give me a good amount of garlic. And oh yeah, I love garlic. Let me give me a little bit more. Nah, I'm gonna give me a little bit more. I'm sorry, I like garlic powder, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. So I got my garlic. Get my black pepper going on. My black pepper. Get that going on. Get some black pepper in there. Boom, 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 boom. And then with the salt, we're gonna go light on the salt. You know, black people in salt. You know, we have a hardcore relationship with the salt. So, you know, we're gonna wean ourselves off that salt by just adding a little bit. And we're gonna get that mixed up momentarily. So, we got our meat mixed down. We're ready to make it into patties. We also got our bacon, which is ready. And I'm gonna show you how to get down on these sweet potato fries. So on the sweet potato fries, I diced them up into fry formation. Of course, you gotta boil your sweet potatoes first to get them kind of tender before you get them in the fry. So I got my water on boil, and then I got my oil coming up to a heat. But in the meantime, check out this bacon and those sweet potato french fries. Alright, so our water is boiling for our sweet potatoes. We're going to go ahead and get those up in there real quick. When dealing with boiling water, of course you want to be careful. But like I said, I'm going to drop them right on in there. Drop them right on in there. Get them nice in there. Spread them out. Spread them out. Like I said, you want to leave them in here until they get tender. And you can poke them with a fork, but you don't want them soggy. You don't want them boiled. You just want them nice and tender. That way when they get in that grease, it doesn't take them that long to finish cooking, but they can get crispy at the same time. So I say I'm going to set a timer for about maybe 7 minutes, and then I'll check them out. In the meantime, we're going to get our burgers, our patty shaped. Alright, so the rings are off because we have to shape these patties. So we got our sweet potato french fries boiling in that water to get tender. We got our grease coming up to a heat. We're going to shape these patties real quick. Get it nice. I like a big juicy patty. So we get this together for you guys. The size of your patty is completely up to you. I like mine a nice size, especially when I'm dealing with a big bun, which our buns, they're pretty big, they're pretty wide. So I want my burgers to be wide as well. And at the same time, I want to use all of this hamburger meat. So, you know, we don't want to waste any hamburger meat. And none of our meals coming up are going to require, actually, depending on what we do, it may be something that requires. But in the meantime, like I say, I'm going to go ahead and use all of this. So I'm going to have some big patties going. So we got some giant patties. That's a big motherfucker right there. So is this. So I'm actually going to get 2 skillets going. I'll be back with you shortly. So our patties are formed. I went and got another skillet because, like I say, I got 2 big ass patties, you hear me? And I'm going to get them both into their own individual skillet. I'm going to drop a little olive oil in there. I got the fire on high on both of those. Get that oil in there. We got our sweet potato fries on boil. We got our oil coming up to a heat in the back of that for when we get ready to fry. So let's get it started, you heard me? Alright. Hit that with a little bit of olive oil. Hit this with a little bit of olive oil. Both flames are on high. Spread that around a little bit. Just get it all spread it. Get all oily. Spread it. We're going to drop this big ass burger patty. Bam. We're going to drop this big ass burger patty. Boom. So what I like to hear is that sizzle. I got it on this one, but I didn't get it on that one. So I'm going to let the heat on that one rise a little bit. And then we're going to get them both down to low because we're going to cook them slow. So our burgers are getting going. Like I said, I turned them down to about a medium because I'm going to let them cook slow because we do have those diced bell peppers in the inside and you want those to get nice and tender and for those flavors to just infuse to your burger. Now, I'm going to take a pot and a pan, as you can see, and I'm going to put them on top of my burgers because as burgers cook, they tend to get all fluffy, but I want mine nice and flat and wide. So I'm going to get these on top. Another reason is because in order to keep your burger flat, some people like to take the spatula and constantly push it down, but then you're going to be pushing all your juices out of your burger. And we don't want that. We want a nice, juicy, delicious burger, especially during the fall. Like I told you, super comfort food. That's what we're doing today. So our timer just went off, so we're gonna check on these sweet potato fries real quick. It's been about 7 minutes. And I can actually put my fork through one of those. So we're gonna remove these from the boiling water. We're gonna dry them off, and we're gonna get them into this hot, hot grease. All right, our burgers have been on for about 7 minutes on one side. Like I say, I have a pan and a pot on the top to keep it nice and flat because I don't want it too fluffy. Another good thing about having those on top is that it keeps the heat from releasing at the top of the burger, so it gets it nice and cooked on the inside as well. Like I say, we want to get those bell peppers nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and remove the pot and the pan. We're going to give it a look-see, and then we're going to give it a flip. Nice flip, one. Get a nice flip on number two. And you want to be careful when flipping your burgers, especially when they're juicy like this, because you flip them, you got that good amount of oil, it can fly up and burn you. You don't want that, trust me. So, our burgers have been flipped. We got our sweet potato fries. We just dropped them into a little bit of flour, gave them a little shake, added them to our hot oil. As you can see, I got my buns, I got my pickles, I got my bacon, my red onions, my tomatoes, all my fixings for the burger. What I'm gonna do is take my sesame seed bun and I'm gonna drop that joint right in the oven for a little bit, get a little toastiness on it, and we're gonna put it together. We're gonna make it happen. Our sweet potatoes are fresh out the oil, and of course you all know when your chicken or your french fries or anything come fresh out the oil, we want to hit them with a little bit of seasoning salt. So let's get that going. Like I said, they got that nice color, that nice fall color. Like I say, pumpkins, leaves falling. They got that nice orange going on. We still got our bacon, and I got some onions grilling too for those that like grilled onions. You have your regular onions and your grilled onions. The grilled onions give it an amazing flavor too, especially red. Grilled white onions are amazing, sauteed white onions, but the red really turn it up, especially on the steak or on a burger. So everything has come together. We got our stuff plated up. You know what I'm saying? It's fall, like I say. It's Saturday. Comfort food. We got our big ass burger with our sweet potato french fries. We got some ketchup and mustard to throw up on there. Go ahead and check that out.